Hi, everyone. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you come into the building. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in.
I'm just behind my bed.
What you got?
That is where my car.
Welcome to the live, everyone. Welcome to the live. We're going to get into it in just a minute when everybody enters in.
Mommy, why are you wiping your hair?
Go.
That's cold.
I hope everybody had a good Thursday. One more day to New Year's Eve, and there'll be a whole new year.
Yay!
OMG.
Wait, why you say OMG? Because it was the because
Hey, Miss Sheila. How you doing? How you doing, my favorite secretary? How you doing, Miss Sheila? Welcome in. Welcome in. We got some discussing to do. I'm going over a case in Harris County, Texas. Gloria Williams. It's about this little boy. We talked about him previously. His name was Kindred Lee. And his three brothers. Has it? You off tomorrow? I know it's been crazy at work here too. At my job too. Like, we've been busy all week. I'm so tired of talking. Do you hear me? I am tired of talking. But it's a part of the job. You know what I'm saying? But I am tired of talking. Hey, Trisha. How you doing? How you doing? Guys, we got one more day to New Year's Eve. I want to do a New Year's celebration, guys, where we play music and drink some little drinks and wine and, you know, turn it up. But I don't know. Okay. Okay, Miss Sheila, I understand. Guys, we're definitely I am excited about what's coming to the new year, guys. I got some plans. Look forward to I am going to have this coming out New Year's Day. I will have a new intro to my segments. So you guys will see new segment, a new intro. Instead of the countdown, you will see my intro. Hey, Reese Cup, how are you? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, love. Thank you so much for coming in. Lord, here we go. I'm so tired of this. Block. Anyway, I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful day. Guys, if make some plans for yourself in 2022. Elevate yourself. 2022, know your assignment. That's what we're going to say. Know your assignment in 2022. Know your assignment. I am working on some t-shirts with that saying. Once I be able to work it out, and I'm gonna try my best to. Me and my mother is going together to. I'm gonna get a website, but I'm not going through a third party. I'm gonna actually build my own website. If you guys know any information about building your own website and how to do that, please email me about that so I can get me an email, a website done. Well, Miss Sheila, I'll come on about 10 o'clock, about 9, 10 o'clock. We'll get to jam until about 1 o'clock in the morning. I got to be at work at 7, so, child, I hopefully we don't be too intoxicated, child. I'm gonna take a New Year's shot or two. We're gonna drink some wine and stuff. I'll probably just be hungover for the next day, but I'm gonna make sure that I have whatever I need to be done and an alarm clock for sure on setup, because I know that I got to work Saturday. Yes, I have to work Saturday from 7 to 11. But anyway, guys, I have some plans for next year. I am excited for what's to come. We're elevating the channel, guys. We're on the road to 2K. We on the road to 2K. So once we make it to 2K, guys, there will be another giveaway. I'm gonna do it that way. My members, next year I will have some. Oh, did you? I thought it's like I need a lot, Miss Sheila. I had my calculations wrong, honey. I'm 10 away from 1,800, and I'm 210 away from 2,000. So, yeah, I got some work to cut out for myself, but I know that I can make it in the middle. I'm trying to get into the middle of the year, and I should have 2,000. I know that with YouTube, it takes a minute to grow your platform, but you have to be consistent. And I've been consistent, guys, in trying to get content out and just do different things. On M2J's, guys, I got some stuff I got to put out. Jamel's birthday, them opening up gifts. I may have to put them all together. How you doing today, Super Marquee? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. So, what we're talking about tonight, guys, this is coming out of Harris County, Texas. It's about 4 little boys one was beaten to death, and one was, and the other 3 were basically malnourished. Unfortunately, the oldest one had to get them food. The mother left them at an apartment for almost a year by themselves and lived in another apartment up the road. And come to find out, her boyfriend beaten her autistic son to death. They left the body in there decomposing for a whole year. This is the worst, y'all. I swear to God, this was the worst story I feel like I have ever heard. I can't believe a mother would actually do some mess like this, or allow someone to kill her son and not call the police on them. Like, she is the worst. The worst mother. It's some bad ones out there, but she tops them. She tops the bad mothers for sure. And we're going to listen to some of the things that were put out about the mother. Jesus, I just don't. Like it's more details that I have discovered that I didn't put out. Like, hey, Miss Laverne, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Um, with the mother, um, she y'all like, okay, so we're just gonna listen to some clips and y'all tell me what you guys think. Like the boyfriend, y'all, this is how the boyfriend act.
New at noon, Gloria Williams.
Like, hold on just a minute. Let me cut that off. Like, the boyfriend, he acting like a wannabe thug black man. I'm just gonna be real. Like, he act like a wannabe thug black man. And but we're gonna look at him right quick because he wanna be a thug. And he all on Instagram. These kids sitting here starving and all that. And the only thing that this lady brought to the children was some junk food. Love don't make one thing about love. Love don't hurt. Love will make you do wrong and make you do right, but love don't make you. If you love your children, if you love your children is what God has blessed you with. So ain't no way in heaven. I'm trying to do better with the cussing, child. Look, I'm trying. Ain't no way in heaven that you're going to allow someone to harm your children. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're going to allow someone to harm your children when you say you love them. Some people look at their children as an inconvenience. They look at it as a way of blocking them from love and stuff like that. I don't consider my children that. I consider my children as blessing from God because it was time that I thought that I wasn't going to be able to have any. Miss Sheila said, save Al Green for the ball, child. Save Al Green for tomorrow. So, guys, this I'm going to play because I want you guys to get an account of it. Let's see here. Where is the sheriff? Okay, so yeah, he was an 8-year-old little boy named Kendrick Lee. And the sheriff is gonna give you details on maybe she loved the man more than is what I'm saying. And that possibly could be true. And that's honest, but you have to you have to love yourself more, and I'm learning that too. You have to learn yourself more than you love a toxic man. Some men ain't worth your time. Some men, let's just be real, some men they are not worth the headache, they're not worth the heartache, and they're not worth going out on a limb for. And let me just be real. You have to know your worth. You have to know your worth, and you have to love your children enough to know, like, if this man's not accepted, if he abusing my kids, he'll abuse me. And he then, how he gonna look like a thug out the jail, but look like a common white man out of jail, in jail, like he's so innocent, child. Like he want to be an Eminem. Oh, child, like I'm just gonna play one video of him because, child, y'all know how we all feel about him. Y'all know how we feel about the boyfriend. And if you guys haven't, I'm gonna pull a picture up right quick of the mother. I have it plastered on my thumbnail, but I just want to show them the picture of them as well because they actually suck as parents, as individuals. Because how do you harm children? And then you sat there and let your son body decompose, took all the furniture out the home. Yeah, you did that. Took all the furniture out the home and let those your other kids. You talking about they interviewed her and she was like, I went and checked on them every 2 weeks. It got to be something mentally wrong with her too. Let me just say that. It has to be something mentally wrong with the mother. She looks like something is mentally wrong. Child, we're gonna see. But she was happy to be with the man, though. Happy to be with him. But something is mentally wrong with her. And her family was saying that she became somebody else after meeting this guy. Honey, he must have a child. No. Child. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you know what I'm saying? She up in court holding her head down. You wasn't holding your head down when those little boys were sitting there starving while y'all up in there eating steaks. So ain't no use to holding your head down now. That's the way I look at it. Ain't no use to holding your head down now. If you sitting up here and you allow your children to starve, you almost starve your children to death. Let me just say that. These are boys, and this is her. Now I just want to pull them up. Hold on a minute, y'all. Trisha, you are not 46. Stop lying to me. I know. I'm trying to pull it up now, boo. So there is the pictures of Frick and Frat. Let me go ahead and pull them all the way up on the screen. Let me see it. Let me go back. Okay, guys. So this is a picture of Brian Coulter and the mother. For some reason, it won't let me do an individual picture. So this is the mother, Gloria Williams. Me too. So Trisha, you had your, like, to be honest, like, you like me. You had your daughter late. Like me, I had my daughter. Yeah, you are 46. Yeah. Well, I look, by the time my kids graduate, child, I'll be almost 50. So it'll be all right. Look, I'll be all right, child. I had one at 30, had one at, no, 29, had one at 30. But that's all right. Lord, I had them back to back, but they'll be at my house. Anyway, those are the individuals that that are the parents of, well, Gloria is the mother of Kendrick and the other three little boys, and Brian is the boyfriend. His parents did release a statement saying that, they didn't raise him to be that way. Hey, the McCray Kings, how y'all doing? Thank you for coming in. They didn't raise him to be that way, and they don't understand. They are estranged, so he don't even deal with his family. He just want to be, for some reason, y'all, I feel like he want to be a black man. So I do want to play him first, y'all, and then, because I just can't stand him. I just want to come through the screen and just, then for him to use the N-word, I was just appalled. Wow. That sound about right. Hold on a minute. Hold on just a sec. Yeah, this is his Instagram video boasting about he got G's and he smoked weed and all that right there. He got bands and all that right there. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got shit. Let me say. Hey, Edward Smart, I ain't seen you in a minute. Merry Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. I know it's late. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. But he just done got on my nerves, y'all. I swear to God, I don't like him. I don't even know him to say I don't like him, but for the way he act and the way that he did the kids and the way that he had those kids in fear of their life if they ever said anything, and then for him to sit up and the mother to sit up there and do absolutely not a DAMN thing, it makes me angry. You don't let people, you're supposed to cherish your children. This ain't cherishing your children. And shame on you. Here you go, y'all. Here you go. Eat news.
New at noon, Gloria Williams, the mother of an 8-year-old whose remains were found in an apartment along with 3 other kids, just appeared in court. The judge went over.
God had a lick of the water. That was with some drink. That Sprite. We drank, and motherfucking liquor over here, nigga. Get shit. Don't do that shit. Hey, you kids at home, don't try that shit. You'll fuck around and kill yourself. I'm an OG, man. I've been doing this shit a long time before you do that shit. Seriously. If you see that shit on here, man, kids, children, do not do that shit. Okay? If you was an OG, don't even try that shit. If you ain't been fucking with that shit like that, if you don't know what you're doing, bro, you gonna kill yourself. I do. You know what I'm saying? I got a very high tolerance on everything. So, you know what I'm saying? I smoke mad weed. I drink mad shit. I just do my fair share of things. Okay? Let's just say it like that. Y'all said y'all need to do this shit. So, whatever. That's how you know you some motherfuckers. How the fuck this motherfucker snowing last week? But this motherfucker snowing last week. But it's hot as hell outside now. That's crazy. Hey man. Next month it's on the crazy, so y'all whoever watch these shit or whatever, be ready. That studio coming, man. There's a studio coming next month. So all you rappers who got bars, man, if y'all watching this shit, go ahead, DM or whatever the fuck y'all be screaming, all that shit. Send me your music, man. How about that? Whether it's through email, whether you want to message a motherfucker, whether you want to come see me in these streets. If you was a street nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Now, what gives him the audacity to say that it's okay to call you
seen this face out in them streets, because I be everywhere. So, with that being said, man, if you ain't got no bars, don't hit me up. We're not finna do this shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do this auto-tune shit, do not hit me up, bro. You ain't got enough talent. I'm looking for motherfuckers who I can take worldwide with this shit. And this auto-tune shit, it has gone worldwide, but it sounds like trash. Straight up. So, I'm not condoning the trash making. So, I'm just saying, if you know what I'm saying, real, you got some bars, man, and you want to do something positive with your life, come fuck with me. If not, don't come fuck with me. Straight up. So, let y'all niggas know what it is. Oh, you gonna be seeing me eat this shit in the studio too, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm a hood nigga, bro. came from the bottom. Look, this too. Look, what y'all know about this? I'm talking about. What y'all know about this, man? This shit hot in the bitch. It's gonna be.
It get dark. If you want to drive, it needs to be out.
Alright, we about to burn out now. But shit, fuck with y'all, man. Y'all business to handle. FOE. It coming soon, man. Everything coming soon, so y'all just be on the lookout, man. It's gonna be closed, studio, it's gonna be the whole works, man. So it's gonna be in these streets, man. Y'all gonna see it in these streets. Cause that's what I'm gonna be, is I'm gonna hit the streets. I'm just gonna be real, so you know what I'm saying? I've been hitting the streets, but just with never mind. Anyways, so be on the lookout. Y'all have a good day.
Oh my God. Basically, he talking about he's street and all this. How much y'all want to bet he's somebody's B right now? How much y'all want to bet? She said if you want to go handle some business, then we're going to have to go right now. But that could have been the day that she went and go checked on her children, child. And you know, that could have been just one of those days that she decided she want to go check on the children. Say, I don't even know what he said. He was saying some N-words. I don't appreciate him saying that because we use that a way of liberation. We don't use that as a way of just calling people out their name. And he ain't no thug, because I bet you he's in knowing that he's a child killer, I bet you he's on suicide watch or he's on lockdown by himself, because if they know majority of us our black men are in prison, we know that, and they know that he killed a child, y'all think they gonna let him make it? Baby, please. He is not. Let me just say that. He's in prison shaking in his boots because he killed a child, and ain't nobody gonna be down for a child killer. For sure. So yeah, he on lockdown, probably scared for his life. He want to play hard out here in these streets, but probably playing P in jail, where he deserves to be for killing a child. And she should be in jail as well. And I think she was one of the ones. I think she was pregnant too, or she was. I hope she didn't get pregnant. I hope she ain't pregnant. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't think she's pregnant, but I think she was pregnant. Oh Lord. So we're going to listen to the sheriff give his account on what happened. He probably is, man, she the one that did it, man. She was the one that, man, that, you know what I'm saying? Cause, you know, I bet you he ain't saying no N-words in jail. How much y'all want to bet he's sitting there saying N-words in jail? I bet you he is not saying N-words in jail, child. I bet you money that he is not saying N-words in jail. Because he know it's going to be, he know the repercussions of all that, child. Anyway, we're going to play this, guys. Let's listen to, hold on. I'm going to take this off the screen. Okay, y'all, let me get to the good part. Okay.
Good morning. I'm Ed Gonzalez, your Harris County Sheriff, and thank you for joining us this morning as we provide an update to our community on a recent case. There are many jobs in our agency that are tougher than those involving abused children. These incidents are horrific, heartbreaking cases of abuse and neglect, and they involve the most innocent and defenseless among our community. On Sunday, our patrol deputies and investigators responded to a gruesome child abandonment case. For many agency veterans, it was the most disturbing scene they worked in their entire law enforcement career. It seemed too horrific to be real. It's hard to even explain to you that feeling. Our investigators immediately began piecing together what happened and trying to unfold a seemingly senseless death of a child who was supposed to be loved and cared for, and trying to understand unspeakable living conditions for the dead child's siblings who were left alone for months to fend for each other. We are here to share what we know today and to share our continued commitment to these children and our community. We must work tirelessly as child safety advocates to protect our most vulnerable, and we must work as a team. Sergeant Dennis Wolfort with our homicide unit will be talking through the charges with you and any updates on this active investigation. And I want to emphasize active. It's still an active investigation that is continuing. Briefly, I want to provide a scene recap. On Sunday, October 24th, 2021, at about 3:15 p.m., our deputies received a phone call from a 15-year-old child who advised that his brother had been dead for a year and his body was in an apartment unit at 3530 Greencrest near West Park Tollway. He also stated that his parents had not lived in the apartment in West Harris County with him and his siblings for several months. Our patrol deputies found a 15-year-old and two other male children in an apartment unit ages 10 and 7 who appeared malnourished and showed signs of physical injury. They also found skeletal, dry remains. The Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit, Child Abuse Unit, and Crime Scene Unit investigators responded to the scene. The children were taken to a local hospital to be assessed and treated. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services received emergency custody of them. Now I want to pause just briefly just to say that in the midst of the darkness and this horrific situation, that I'm so glad that that 15-year-old finally reached out for help. I want to say that I'm glad that he found assistance at the end of the other line with one of our call takers. And I'm comforted to know that when he opened the door and there was a Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies there, that they could finally receive the care and protection that they've needed for so long. And that's what law enforcement does every single day, finding people in their darkest moments. The mother of the children, 35-year-old Gloria Yvette Williams, and her boyfriend, 31-year-old Brian Ward Coulter, were located late Sunday night and interviewed by investigators before being released without charges. Now, I think it's important to note that at that point, it's still an ongoing active investigation. We didn't find them until late that night. And so we have to make sure that we're being thorough, not getting ahead of the evidence and the investigation that's ongoing. And so at that point, they were released without any charges. On Tuesday, October 26, 2021, the Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit charged the mother's boyfriend, Brian Coulter, with the murder of the child, who was confirmed to be 8 years old at the time of his death in 2020. The manner and cause of death were ruled a murder by multiple blunt force injuries, according to the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. The mother of the murdered child, Gloria Yvette Williams, was charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence. Both Williams and Coulter were taken into custody without incident by our criminal warrants unit investigators, and this remains an active investigation. At this point, I want to introduce Sergeant Dennis Wolfort, the lead investigator with our homicide unit, that will speak about the child's murder and updates. A lot of this information will still be general. Keep in mind, there are certain things we could answer, other things we simply can't at this point for a variety of reasons. And it remains active because there's always a possibility, as we mentioned, that there could be additional charges, that charges could be upgraded. So it's still an unfolding investigation at this point. But at this point, I introduce Sergeant Wolfort.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good morning. Again, my name is Sergeant Dennis Wolfort. I'm the supervisor of the homicide unit that was tasked with investigating this. It's a group of 6 investigators. The lead investigator is actually Deputy John Craig. Child abuse also made the scene with us, and they were invaluable in the input that they gave us dealing with CPS and things like that. One of the things that I want to express, I know that there was great what the children are telling us before charges can be filed. So believe me, we, from the very beginning.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to him. Anyway, we're going to listen to, I have something else I want to play. We're going to listen to the mother's bond hearing, because the mother's bond hearing, it goes into great details on how the kids were living. And it goes into great details on how Brian Coulter killed this baby, Kindred Lee. Let me find it. And then she's standing up with her head. No, I don't like that. We're gonna listen to, like, she got a high bond hearing. Oh no, hold on. Hold on.
Tonight's the night. I'm gonna.
Hold on.
Gloria Yvette Williams. Good morning, Ms. Williams. Ma'am, you're charged with the 3rd-degree felony of injury to a child by omission, the 1st-degree felony of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury, the 2nd-degree felony of tampering with evidence when that evidence is a human corpse. I have looked at the alleged probable cause facts for these 3 charges, including the supplemental statement of facts, which I believe was supplied to the public defender's office. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause for all 3 of these cases to go forward. All 3 cases will go to the 230th District Court. That's going to be Judge Chris Morton. Will you need a court-appointed lawyer from Judge Morton? Would you like the help today of Attorney Chris Henderson from the Public Defender's Office?
She's a little bit on
Ms. Keith, on the question of bond for each of these 3 charges, what is the state's request?
In the 1st-degree felony, I am requesting a $500,000 bond. And in the injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence cases, I'm requesting $250,000 bonds. And I am opposed to personal bonds, not necessarily because the injury cases are prohibited by this court for personal bonds to be granted, but mostly based on the horrific facts and circumstances of this case, which resulted in the death of a 7-year-old child. As is reflected in the statement of probable cause, officers were called out to a residence in Harris County on Greencrest Drive on October the 24th of this year regarding the death of the minor complainant, who is the child of this defendant. There were 3 juvenile witnesses who are also complainants in these cases. there was a 15, 10, and 7-year-old child who are witnesses to the incident. Officers arrived, spoke with the 15-year-old child, who stated that he found his younger brother, the deceased minor complainant, in a bedroom of the residence sometime around Thanksgiving of last year, 2020. He believed this defendant would call the police, told officers that she never did so, and that she then had moved out of the apartment, leaving them in the residence with his deceased younger brother without adult supervision. He stated that they had found his younger brother approximately 1 week before Thanksgiving. He also told officers that the co-defendant, who is the boyfriend of this defendant, would lock them in a bedroom and he would hear them hitting his brothers while he was in the room with them. He stated he told this defendant about the conduct, but she ignored him, said she would talk with the co-defendant, and the 15-year-old stated, quote, that never worked. Officers also spoke with the 10-year-old complaining witness, who is the complainant in the first-degree felony serious bodily injury case, who stated that he was actually in the room when the co-defendant assaulted his deceased younger brother, striking him in the face, feet, buttocks, back, his legs, and testicles with closed fists and feet. He stated that the co-defendant then laid his brother on the floor and put a cover over him, that the defendant then came in the room to check on his younger brother, saw the body under the cover. She began crying, then made him leave the room. The 10-year-old stated that the defendant and the co-defendant then began fighting because the co-defendant had killed his younger brother. He stated that the defendant then came back another day, checked on his younger brother, and found that his body, feet, and teeth had turned into a skeleton. He stated that the co-defendant would beat him as well, hitting him on his buttocks, legs, stomach, and face, and punched him in the jaw, causing his face to be swollen. He stated when the co-defendant would drink beer and alcohol, he would get very strong. The 10-year-old also stated that his younger brother was on the floor under the cover, that his body was a skeleton, and that his hair was off. Law enforcement officers on scene observed that 10-year-old child to have extensive swelling to his face and jaw. When they made contact with him on October 24th, he was transported to Texas Children's Hospital, where it was discovered that he had blunt force trauma to the face, which would require surgery because medical treatment was not sought or obtained when he was injured. During a forensic interview the following day, he disclosed that the injury had occurred when the co-defendant struck him in the face approximately 3 weeks prior, and that this defendant was aware of the injury but did not seek or obtain medical aid for him. The 7-year-old child was also interviewed, who stated that he saw it when his older brother, who is now deceased, was injured. He said he saw the co-defendant punching his brother, that his brother was lying down and the co-defendant kicked him with his feet, that his brother was not moving and the co-defendant continued to kick him and stared at his younger brother as he kicked him. He stated his younger brother's eyes were black and that he stopped blinking during the assault, and that they pulled back the covers and saw that he was really dead and saw roaches everywhere on him.
Wow.
Officers also spoke to this defendant on October the 24th, 2021, when she was interviewed. And she stated that in November of 2020, before Thanksgiving, she had gone into the bedroom where the deceased complainant and 2 other children were at. She witnessed the co-defendant punching her now deceased son. She stopped him, said she stopped him from continuing to assault him. that she entered the bedroom the next morning and found him covered with a blue blanket, that she pulled back and found him to be deceased. She confronted him, the co-defendant, who stated he was sorry that he lost it and punched him, and continued punching him until he went to sleep. The co-defendant told her that he covered him up with a blanket after he went to sleep. The defendant admitted that she knew he was deceased in November of 2020, but did not notify law enforcement at the time of his death because the co-defendant had told her not to. She was afraid that the children would be taken by Child Protective Services and that she would go to jail. Officers on scene on the 24th found the deceased and badly decomposed body of the 9-year-old complainant discovered under a blanket in the bedroom. An autopsy was conducted, and the cause of death was found to be a homicide due to homicidal violence with blunt force injury. I'm requesting those bond amounts, and I'm opposed to lower bonds as I do have concerns for the safety and protection of these surviving complainants, and do not believe that this defendant should be permitted to have any contact with these children or any children in the community. I am requesting a protective order for the surviving children, and as well as urging the state's motion for bond conditions. I believe there was one filed in every case, so the first degree, that she have no contact of any kind with any of these children or the co-defendant, that she be ordered to surrender any travel documentation in the form of a passport, visa, or other travel documents, that she not possess or use any firearms, ammunition, or other weapons, or use, possess, or consume any alcohol, controlled substances, and that she be drug tested, that she be subject to an electronic monitor with a curfew of house arrest, that she have no contact of any kind with any child under the age of 17, or participate or supervise any activities involving children under the age of 17.
All right, very well, Mr. Henderson.
This witness is entitled to a non-oppressive bond. She doesn't have any money to pay bond at the moment. She's going through a period of unemployment like many individuals in the last year. She's never been convicted of a crime and is presumed innocent. Because of her complete lack of criminal history, she was the lowest possible risk score on the public safety assessment. She can be expected to turn up to her court appearances. She's 34 years old and she's always linked to the Houston area. She won't go anywhere else while on bond to survive by bond conditions. She's going through a period of unemployment, so that's not financial means. The prior period of unemployment, she worked at Macy's for 1 year, which does speak to her ability to turn up to court, and she held that job for that period of time. She's running on public transit in Houston and can use that to make the appearances. She can abide by any no contact provision with any children in the age of 17. Children, she can live in a separate residence with the children while they're in CPS custody. She can abide by bond conditions. So requesting a $200,000 bond, $1,000 bond.
All right, thank you, Mr. Henderson.
And just for clarification, the protective order is being requested in the first degree.
1745064.
Correct.
All right, and the court will issue them under that order. Ms. Williams, I'm going to set bond for you on the injury to a child case. I'll set that bond in the amount of $350,000. On the tampering with evidence charge, I'm going to set that bond in the amount of $300,000.
She ain't never
And
getting
on
that.
the injury by omission, I'll set that bond in the amount of $250,000. I am going to issue an order of emergency protection. It's going to require you to have no contact with the minor children, Trayvon Lee, Jordan Lee, or Javion Kirkland. They'll be identified in the MOAP by their initials because they are minors. In addition,
that's all the
I
children
am
name.
going to issue a bond supervision order. That bond supervision order is going to require you to have no contact with those children. You may not use, possess, or consume any illegal drugs or alcohol if you may bond. You may not use or possess any firearms or other weapons. I do want you to get a GPS device on within a day of your release. There will be a 24-hour curfew. You are prohibited from having any unsupervised contact with any person under the age of 17 years. You are not to supervise, participate, or attend any event where children under the age of 17 years are participants, and you must remain 500 feet away from any school, park, playground, or other location
Should be
where
a million.
children
Remember it went up.
regularly gather. That is, that bond supervision order will be in the first degree case, same as the order of protection.
Okay. So, Jamel, take it. Get off that cussing show and go on.
Yeah, he will. No,
Go sit down somewhere.
Mom, come here. Come here.
Go sit. Look.
You still
Mama
have the
live.
cussing on. You still have the cussing on.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, so y'all, I do want to let you know, guys, know that the mother's, yeah, she's still in jail. Child, she ain't getting out because they had, her bond increased after that. They said that they increased it to 1.5 million. So they increased her bond after Brian Coulter's, they told her to stay in jail, and it took her back to court. And it says here that neither one of them should receive any kind. Hold on a minute. Any kind of bond. They should have just said no bond for them, period. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, I'm so ready for school to start back. Yeah, so her bond, it says the $900,000 was too much for William, attorney, who said the amount isn't reasonable. But she turned a blind eye while her boyfriend beat her kids and sent one to the hospital with a broken jaw, and he had to have surgery.
Jamel took the remote. Jamel took the batteries from my hand.
So, yeah, it says here one of the children required reconstructive surgery to his face. It says here that, and two of the children lived with autism.
Mommy.
So you're basically.
Mommy, can you please put on?
Later, in a minute. I'm about done. Please go sit down.
Can you put on?
In a minute.
Can you put on? No, can you put on YouTube?
You can know how to get on YouTube. Jayla, please go sit down. Lord help me, Jesus. Yeah, basically there is no bond. It's sad. It says here that Ed Gonzalez, the sheriff, reportedly said it seemed like she sometimes ordered the children food, but only stuff like noodles, chips, and soft drinks. Meanwhile, she collected a $2,000 a month for disability financial help in connection to all her children. So, child, she got a whole $2,000 worth of Social Security plus food stamps on what else she was able to get. Probably just PPP loan. Probably she probably wasn't smart enough to get a PPP loan. What y'all think? And she was getting the stimulus check off of 4 of them boys. She don't deserve none of that. She was a horrible mother, and to allow someone to do that to her children, she's the worst. And then you talking about she was scared to say anything because she didn't want to lose her children. You was gonna lose them anyway because you shouldn't have allowed that man to beat your children. Right. That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah, they were living it up. Child, I could go, if I can find his Instagram page, child, they at the mall. He got J's on and stuff like that. And I'm like, what you buying your kids? Nothing. But this little ratatouille looking motherfucker. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I let him slip sometimes. This ratatouille looking dude, you sit up here taking care of him. He look like a wimp anyway. He ain't gonna defend you as a woman. Just a ratatouille. Anyway, the family did speak out, guys. I'm just saying, he trying to go hard, baby. That's just a front. He was bullied as a child. You can tell that he was bullied. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's okay to be bullied, but he was bullying children and breaking their jaws and intimidating them. Exactly, Trisha. So let's play this.
Covering a very disturbing case out of West Harris County now.
Late yesterday, a mother and her boyfriend were arrested after remains of a child were found. 35-year-old Gloria Williams has been charged with injury to a child by omission, and 31-year-old Brian Coulter has now been charged with murder. Williams' family says they haven't spoken with her in months. It's a story you'll see only on 2.
How did we get to this? How could you not reach out and just be like, y'all, I've lost control. It's not in a good space. Mm-hmm. And we would have taken all of the kids.
The children had been living with their brother's skeletal remains for nearly a year. We have team coverage for you tonight. Rochelle Turner has more on the investigation.
But we begin now with Taisha Walker with the story you'll see only on 2. Taisha, what else did the family have to say to you?
Lauren, the family says Williams basically was estranged, that they would hear from her on and off. Her number was always different, as well as her address. In fact, they said they didn't even know that the family was staying at this apartment complex because the last time they met them over the summer, it was just the boyfriend who came outside of the apartment complex, a 15-minute drive away.
I seen the news or the news article about the kids, but I never thought it was her.
Christy Smith and everyone sitting on this couch is related to Gloria Williams. The 35-year-old mother of 6 is charged with injury to a child and tampering with evidence, while her 31-year-old boyfriend is facing murder for the death of her 8-year-old son, Kendrick. Harris County deputies say Kendrick was beaten and his corpse was left to decompose for 11 months inside of an apartment the couple abandoned to live elsewhere.
Kendrick was autistic. To my knowledge, when he would come around our family, all he did was smile.
Cousin Jasmine Craig says Kendrick was mostly nonverbal. She says as a family, they offered to raise Kendrick when he was younger, but William refused.
My mom has been asking for Kendrick since the day he was born. All because we knew that all these kids, eventually, she was not going to be able to be the best parent she can be.
Family members say Williams had 6 kids, including the 3 surviving boys who were also living in the apartment, and 2 girls, whom she no longer has parental rights. Melody Robinson has full custody of the youngest daughter and says CPS told her this late last year.
Because Gloria gave up her rights to her and she failed the first child, that they would be going in to take all the other 4 boys.
The family says Williams was estranged, only reaching out for money, always saying the kids were fine.
Anytime we did go help, where the kids at, how they doing? Oh, they in school. Yeah, it was always doing. So we never had an apartment number. She always be like, okay, I'm gonna meet y'all at the front of the apartment.
Another question so many viewers have been asking, aside from where was extended family, they wanted to know, how was Williams able to pay the rent here with these kids living here by themselves? The family members that I spoke with say they believe with disability checks that she was receiving for some of the kids. We do know not only Kendrick had autism, but another one of those 4 boys that was living inside of the apartment complex behind me. Reporting live in A-Leaf, Taisha Walker, KPRC 2 News.
Yeah. Y'all, it's like it only get worse and worse and worse for her. Like it only get worse and worse with her.
Who's ready to
She
hatch
had
some?
family that could have taken care of her children if she wanted to run off with Brian. She didn't have to do that boy like that. If she wanted to abandon them kids and she didn't have time for those kids, she could have just gave them up. Exactly. You getting 2 checks. You getting 2 just Social Security checks. Trisha said she wanted that check. Yes, she did wanted that check. And then she had a daughter, that she gave up, but then her eldest daughter, she ran away. And I don't think they have found her. They have not, if I'm not mistaken.
We're covering a very disturbing case out of West Harris County.
I don't think that it has been found. But I'm gonna let me look here because I know I had saved something about that. Yeah, it says here that her daughter had ran away. She probably was. I think that she was a little bit on the slow side, child. She may be. Oh yeah, she may be. Let me look. Okay, so this is what's up. It says here, this baby been missing since September the 26th, 2021. So it says here, before watching her autistic 18-year-old being beaten to death, Gloria Williams allegedly threw out her oldest child, a then 15-year-old daughter. The disturbing fact has come to light just days after she and her boyfriend were arrested for abandoning the 4 boys. It says here that let me get more into it. It says here that she has 2 daughters, and one is in the custody of her grandmother, while the other is reported missing as of October the 29th. So that baby's still missing. It says here that Melody Robinson, the paternal grandmother to one of Williams' children, sat down to explain the complex relationship in the family. She confirmed Williams had 6 children, aged 17 and 13, and 4 sons, 15, 10, and 7. Lee was 8 when he was killed by Coulter. The surviving boys are in protective custody, while the 2 girls are living very different lives. It says here that Robinson is the current sole guardian of the 13-year-old whom she took in shortly after she was born. She said she was never a fit mom. She was unstable and easily manipulated. So this girl got to be a little bit on the slow side. It says the grandmama said her son was dating Williams around 2005 after already having 2 children from different fathers. They eventually broke up, and Robinson lost contact with Williams until the child was born. When she was 2 weeks, Robinson brought the child to live with her, but Williams quickly got her back. Then, when the daughter was 2, Williams handed her over to Robinson while she rekindled a relationship with her oldest son's father, who lived in Baton Rouge. Y'all, this is a mess. Since then, Robinson has lost contact with Williams, who refused her request to join family functions. But while the 13-year-old enjoyed the loving care of her grandmama, it was a fate Williams' other daughter did not get. The now 17-year-old girl who was reportedly thrown out of the house after she got into an argument with Coulter in an attempt to protect her brothers from his abuse. Robinson said she was thrown out when she was 15 and forced to spend a year on the streets. Oh my God. CPS then got a hold of the girl when she ended up at the hospital. Lord have mercy. It says that Robinson said she then brought the child into her home where she lived with her half-sister. It's unclear what happened since, but on October the 29th, some users on Facebook began sharing a missing person report of Jasmine Whitaker, a 17-year-old who was identified as Williams' eldest daughter. The claim originated from the Missing People in America post, which says she last seen on September the 26th in Houston. Since the claims were made after Robinson's interview was published, the grandmama never addressed them. At the time of reporting, she still hasn't addressed the claims. So this baby's still missing. It says here, since Robinson hasn't spoken about the claims, we cannot verify whether Whitaker is actually Williams' daughter. However, those claims have since been shot down by other Facebook users who say Whitaker is not missing, and that sources for that appears to be a Facebook account of Jasmine Renee, who posted a photo saying, "Y'all need to stop worrying about me. I'm out of town and I'm doing good by myself, so stop with the bullshit. We good not to confirm this does not indeed belong to the same person, so there's no way to confirm truth about Williams' eldest daughter." So, child, her name is Jasmine Renee. Yeah. I'm finna go find her on Facebook right quick. Let me see. I'm sorry, boo, but I got to go find you. I'm nosy, y'all. Y'all know I'm nosy. I don't know why y'all be playing with me. Y'all know I'm nosy. But let's see. Did she make this Facebook post? Because it could possibly be her. And she probably just living her life. Jasmine Renee. This her? Y'all, I think this her. I done found her, Lord. Let me see. They say she in Dallas, Texas, correct? I think this is her. Hold on. Let me see if it. So, okay, guys. So, she done lost some weight, though. This is going to be her, though. Okay, y'all. So, what y'all think? Y'all know I'm nosy. I know y'all said monkey is a whole definition of nosy. I know. Dang. I know. Don't judge me. So, y'all, this is the picture of the daughter. This is the picture of the daughter. She was missing since 2001. Since September 26, 2001 of this year. Her name, it says here, is says here she's not missing, she's doing her own thing. She's 17, let her be. Her name is Jasmine Renee. Hold on, let me find her again. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, I had found it a while ago, y'all. I didn't click. No. Hold on, y'all. I'm being nosy. Hold on. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen, guys. I'm going to find her in just a minute. This ain't her. This is not her. Just allow me a moment, y'all. Hold on, y'all. No, this ain't her. Y'all, I'm trying to find her. Hold on. This is crazy. There's so many Jasmine Renee. Hold on. Let me look at her picture one more time, y'all. She looks so young. Let me look. Jasmine Whitaker. Listen. Oh, okay. They say she is found on these little pages. Okay, y'all. This is what I can find from my Facebook research. Okay, so she said she got ID and everything. Hold on. Okay. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna pull this up. I found what I'm looking for. It's a small update, but this is her name on Facebook. I have it here. It took me a minute, but I found it. So, do you guys see it? This is her, and this is her Facebook page. Her name is Jasmine Renee. They call me Jazz Cash because I'm how to make cash. Married to the money. She gonna have problems too. She said, y'all need to start worrying about me. I'm out of town. I'm doing good by myself. So start with the BS. Just to make clear, I ain't no runaway. I used to do it, but now I'm legal B. Got ID and everything. So what you guys think of that? What you guys think of that? All I can say is seems like she is found and she's good. She's not a part. I wish she'll go back and get her brothers if she could. You know, she'd go keep a check on her brothers for sure. I hate that her mother put her in that position. I really do. I hate her mother put her in that position. Jamel and Jayla. I hate that mother put her in that position like that. I really hate that they put her in that position like that, you know. It's crazy. Probably grooming her. Grooming her. Let's just pray that she don't become her mother. That's all I pray. That she don't become her mother. This, so this is the worst case ever. You don't believe him? Yeah. I know I took, my family went through a similar kind of situation, and I took my niece and nephew in until my mom, got custody over them. Well, I took everybody in, and then my mom moved out, and she got custody over them. And, it is what it is, Hold on, but I do want to let you guys know something else. Okay, so it says here the father of Kindred Lee that was beaten to death said that he hadn't seen his kids since 2017 after being cut off by the mother. So this man said that he ain't seen his kids since 2017. This is the daddy. Let me pull him up on the screen. Yeah, true. Let me see. This the daddy, child. Let me see if he can come up. This is the daddy of Kindred Lee. Let's see. So it says here. Hold on. It says here. It says the father of 8-year-old Kendrick Lee learned of his son's horrific death on the news. Courtney Lee is the biological father of Kendrick and two of the three surviving children, who were found abandoned in Houston house of horror alongside the little boy's decomposing body last week. Kendrick is my baby. He's my youngest son, Lee said in an exclusive interview with Daily Mail. I still can't believe it. It says here in the interview, Lee revealed he had been estranged from his kids and only learned Kendrick's death on the news. He said the decomposing body of the 8-year-old picture was found in Houston area apartment where he and his sibling had been living alone. Let's see. He said he and William split up in 2012 and went their separate ways. He moved to Louisiana while his ex was living in the Houston area. Let's see. But in 2016, he moved back to Texas and was seeing his boys every other weekend, he said. He said, I had them all the time. I love spending time with them. He said, meanwhile, William had started seeing some man named Daryl Towner, an ex-con she met at a local homeless shelter, child, where she was living at the time with her children. So she was living at a homeless shelter with the children. They should have been took these children. They should have been took the children. She was living in a homeless shelter. Hold on. And then she'd have met a whole ex-con at a homeless shelter. She said she later gave birth to another baby, Javion Kirkland, in 2013. Record obtained by DailyMail.com showed that William and Towner married on October the 10th of 2017, and Towner died on August the 9th, 2019. I wonder, did she have anything to do with it? It says here, Lee said allegedly she wanted to get back with him when he had dropped off the kids for Easter weekend months before she married Tyner, but Lee refused, revealing he was engaged and had a wedding date set for June of 2017. This sounds like a bunch of mess. And told her he wanted to have his 3 boys be a part of the celebration. He said you could tell she wasn't happy about it. He said, and it was the last time he could see his 3 boys. She blocked me on social media. She blocked my number. She just disappeared. Then she moved and I couldn't locate her. She made sure my sons weren't included in our wedding as we had planned. He said, I thought she had moved out of the Houston area. I had no idea where she was living with our kids. He said he wouldn't hear from Williams again until December of 2020, when she reached out to his wife, Dion, to let her know her husband, Daryl, had passed away. No. She was really reaching out to let you know your son done passed away, but she didn't know how to say it. I think that she didn't know how to tell him that the son passed away without him trying to get the rest of the children. Because he would have called the police on her trifling butt. So it says here, Dion Lee told Daily Mail, when Gloria messaged me on Facebook, I sent her my condolences and asked her if she need any help with the children. I sent her my cell phone number. I figured she might need some help with the kid after losing her husband. But they said she didn't respond, and she blocked her again on social media. So how the hell you gonna reach out to somebody and then block them? This girl got to be something wrong, Lord. Exactly. Lee, who has spoken regularly with law enforcement and child protective services, say he hasn't seen or spoken to them since the kids were rescued and doesn't plan on it anytime soon. They are in therapy right now and going through a lot of stuff right now to get back on track. Until it's still an open case. I know it's going to take time. He added, I'm their father. I'm their on their birth certificate. I'll always be their father. I will be in their life, but it's going to take some time. As for Williams, Lee wants nothing to do with her. I don't want to talk to her, see her, or hear her name. I never thought in my life there was a woman like her, he said. If she wasn't a part of it, she should have called the police. She is going to have to deal with this for the rest of her life. Lee said he wanted to clear up any rumors or misinformation about him saying, I'm alive and never been incarcerated, and I wanted to be and have always wanted to be involved in my boy's life. He also warned that social media posts out there requesting money and donations for his children aren't associated with him. Those posts aren't mine. I never asked anyone for money, he said. I only want my kids back. So dang, here come another father, Lord. Look, y'all. So here comes the father of the youngest son, Javion. I'm about to pull him up. Y'all, I just done all this stuff. I guess I missed all this stuff, but I'm about to pull him up. Tracy comes in, he look touched too. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up the other father because the other father feels like he failed his son, Javion. He has 3. Then she had a youngest son. Child, it's just it's a lot. It might have been the oldest one. So this is the father of one of the young boys who was abandoned and neglected by their mother and her boyfriend. Tells Daily Mail, I didn't do my part as a father. Jonathan Kirkland, this is who is on the screen, said he's distraught and feels guilt-ridden over what his ex, Gloria Williams, and her boyfriend, Brian Coulter, did to his son, Javion Kirkland, and his other brothers. Kirkland invited the Daily Mail to his apartment in South Houston, where he's attempted to get his life back on track. I haven't seen my son for 5 years, he said with a teary eye. Kirkland, I mostly have myself to blame. He said Kirkland, for the better part of the last decade, has been in and out of jail. He's been convicted of felony domestic violence. Child, he a beater, DWI, felon in possession of a weapon, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. He admits that he's been an absent father for the past several years. Just 1 month ago, he was released from a 3-month stint in the county jail for a DWI. He said, I am Javion's father. I want him back, and I'm ready to step up as a father, he said. He says here that him and Williams were never married. They went to high school together and reconnected several years later after they left. By this time, William had 5 other kids with 3 different fathers. Soon after they reconnected, Williams became pregnant right before she gave birth to Javion. And Kirkland was arrested for domestic violence. Kirkland and Williams hit him in the mouth and caused him to have a bloody lip. She then called, child, y'all, hold on. Y'all got to hear this story, child. This getting good. This getting good. This is getting good. Miss Laverne, I swear to God, y'all, this is what he said. It says here that Kirkland said Williams hit him in the mouth and caused him to have a bloody lip. She then called 911 and dropped the phone. They continued to fight all the while her phone call was being recorded. Kirkland said he was later arrested by Houston Police Department. He ended up serving 2 years in jail after a few probation violations for the felony domestic violence conviction. Child, I got another picture. Williams and her other children were living at Kirkland's mother house while he was incarcerated, but soon after, Kirkland's mother, Linda Smith, told Williams to move out of her house because she was bringing strange men around when Smith was at work. on the black one. On the black one that's on the screen right here. And he said he then he says here that Kirkland says when he got out of jail, he couldn't find Williams or her children. He then located her on social media, and in 2016, Gloria's boyfriend at the time, Daryl Towner, brought Javion to Kirkland for a visit, and that was the last time he saw him. He said, but Kirkland said he never really followed up with his son after that visit. He said Williams put him on the back burner. She didn't want anyone to know what or who she was doing. She also said, I didn't want to bother her. I'm not that type that keeps bothering someone. But you should be bothered. That's your child. Then he claimed she kept changing her number and blocking me on social media. Finally admitting to being selfish. I was done doing me at the time. I didn't do my part as a dad. I feel partially guilty for what happened. I should have been there for my son and the other kids. I cared not only for my son, but the other ones as well. Kirkland said he's now attempting to straighten out his life. He's spoken with CPS and is working on getting his son back. He says he still hasn't spoken to his son and doesn't know when he's going to be able to see or talk to him. It's going to be a process to get my son. It's going to happen overnight. My son needs me. I need to step up as a man, as a father. CBS told me that they were going to get back with me. I'm just waiting for their call. I really need to prove myself. My previous incarcerations aren't going to help my situation. For the longest time, Kirkland says he was selfish, doing his thing in the street, doing me. I was freelancing in life and selfish. He says he matured and now looking at work as a warehouse worker or a short order cook. Kirkland says when he thinks back on how his son and other kids lived in the filthy conditions, subjected to the abuse and mental anguish, it really hurts me to think how they were treated. You would never think a woman would allow another man to do that to your own kids, your own creation, but she did. He then went on to ask, what woman would allow a man to disrespect her children? When he found out it was Kendrick who died, Kirkland said it was like a punch in the gut. Kendrick was autistic. He didn't have a harmful bone in his body. He would smile all day long. He didn't say much, but he had a way to communicate with you. Everyone who knew him loved him. He still can't wrap his head around Williams' involvement in the abuse, saying she was a good mother. She must have changed. Kirkland does say Williams suffered at the time from depression, had anxiety, and often changed her mood. Sometimes when she would get overwhelmed, she would just shut down. But he says that Williams deserved her punishment, at least 10 years in prison for what she allowed to happen to her children. Gloria had to do some real time. She had to sit in herself and figure out where her priorities were at. As for Brian Coulter, he says at the minimum, he deserves life in prison. If not, he deserves the death penalty. Kirkland, who has spent time incarcerated, said they are both going to have targets on their back. Child killers and molesters are the lowest of the low in prison. He has no doubt someone is going to get Brian. He's going to be a life flighted out of there, meaning he's going to be beaten up so bad they're going to have to life flight him to the nearest hospital. People in jail and prison have nothing to do all day except watch TV. There are people in jail who never watched TV before they were incarcerated, so they're going to see these two on TV. And when they come walking through the doors, everyone's going to know all their business, and it's not going to be good for them. For now, Kirkland say he needs to remain strong. I can't break now. I got to be strong for my son, though admitting one day I'll know I'll break over this. They both disrespected God's children. They'll both end up paying for it one way or another. Everything that happens to them now, they deserve. That's the end of that article. Woo! He wants to check too? Oh, my Lord. Yes. He wants that check too. They need to make sure the kids are theirs first. Right. Exactly. Let's see what other thing. Now the husband that she married, his family did reach out, said something. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to go. Let me find that information. CPS told him that they're going to have to get back with him. They don't know that. You do know that. I hope he knows that it's going to be hard to get his kids back because he's had a stint with the law and a domestic violence case. So yeah, CPS is not going to let the kids stay with you either. Trisha. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me find the husband. Child, she done had about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, child. Probably more than that. Okay. Okay, guys. So the family of Gloria Williams' ex-husband says he cared for and loved her children. It says here, relatives of a man who once was married. Oh, I ain't got time for that now. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Now they want to hate on me. Hold on, y'all. So it says here that the family of the hold on, y'all. So it says here that I'm going to pull up the mother and the children. Yeah, Reese. Yeah, they did, child. This is the mother and all the children. So kudos to her for trying to love them and take them in, even though she wasn't nothing. So this is Kindred Lee with his grandmother, Hazel Williams. Lee died of blunt. So this is the mother. It says here the ex-husband of the woman whose kids were living alone in the deplorable Texas apartment had helped parent the children, including an 8-year-old son whose remains were discovered inside his home. Darrell Wayne Towner pitched in with the 4 boys during his marriage to Gloria Williams, who allegedly abandoned her children in horrific conditions in North Harris County. It says here that Darrell Wayne Towner pitched in with the 4 boys during his marriage to Gloria. It says that Wayne cared and loved for all 4 of Miss Williams' children as if they were his own, his family said in a statement through a lawyer. Towner and Williams had wed in October of 2017 after he met at a Houston homeless shelter where he had been staying following his release from prison. Says here he died in August of 2019 from underlying health issues. It says here his family was shocked to learn that Williams' 3 surviving children were living alone with their brother Kindred Lee's dead body. So Yeah. So that's what the family said. Neither one looks like a daddy. Child, I don't know. It's crazy. Oh my God. Like, we just got to do better, y'all. So, guys, this is my last case for 2021. We are closing this out. Um, Guys, I just want to say, man, thank you guys so much for the new people, my people that's been riding with me since day one. This year has been a roller coaster of things, but I can truly say, guys, that we have talked about a lot of different things. Next year, we're gonna talk about some more different things, some more things that's happening in our world. We'll get into a little celebrity gossip too. We'll stick our feet in there a little bit too. Um, I know that Tim Norman is getting ready to go to trial, so we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about. We may go back and look. I wonder what he does from. There's no telling what the crazy BW. I don't know what he died from, but they said from underlying health issues. So he may have just been sick. Yes, yes, Reese. It's been a year, but I thank God for growth. I thank God for all the people that are in my life. I thank God for giving me the strength to walk away from situations that no longer serve me. I thank God for having you guys here and lifting me up, and you know, and I thank God. I thank God for my children, even though they bad.
Mommy, can you put this on?
No, I'm not putting that on.
Mommy, that's for the video.
What video?
The Miles Morales video.
I'm not doing the Miles Morales video.
Alright, I have to put it on my phone.
But yeah, guys, I thank you guys so much, and I'm so happy to be reconnected with a lot of people that I was previously reconnected to. So, I'm very grateful. I'm very humble about it, and I'm happy about what's to come next year. I'm on the road to 2K, guys. I'm trying to get to this 2K. I'm trying to build genuine supporters. I'm glad about it all. I'm truly am. And tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna come on live. We're gonna turn up a little bit, listen to some music, and chill. I know a lot of people are gonna be doing different things, but hey, if some of you guys not able to come, I ain't gonna hold it against you. I know I don't never hold people to come every day. So even if it's just 1 or 2 or 3 people, child, I still be having fun. So so that's the way I look at it. Just bringing in the new year with my fam, with my kids. And Saturday I will be live at 9 p.m. or 8:30, 9 p.m. I might go a little bit early by 7. Because of the fact that your girl will be releasing. What we drinking, child? I don't know. What should we drink? Should we drink some wine, or child? Should we drink some Jose Cuervo? Should I know that I bought some drinks from the guy that I had bought those drinks from previously. So I know I'm gonna get those drinks, and then I'm going to go to the liquor store and get some of that wine. Hopefully I want some salt of the earth, child. And I'll get me some pink lemonade, and make me some little liquor drinks, child. And hopefully I'll make it work on time Saturday morning. Because, child, I could not miss none of the holiday pay. So, I'm definitely going to be working. And I may be hungover or whatever, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to work, and we're going to turn up tomorrow night. So I am looking forward to just spending New Year's, just having fun, enjoying life. Next year, I'm trying to go on vacations. I'm trying to go out of town. I'm trying to elevate this channel. Salt of the Earth. You ain't never heard of Salt of the Earth? Look it up. It's some good wine. It's sweet wine though. Child, look, it will drop. It hung over all the next day, Trisha. Hung over all the next day. Child, y'all know I don't drink stuff slow, child. I don't sip, baby. I drink. I am not a sipper. I'm definitely not a sipper. But honey, I was drunk, honey. Child, I might be up here dancing, child. Just be up here dancing with my children and enjoying the life. You have not. Let me show you Salt of the Earth right quick. Because that's some good wine. It'll get you a little tipsy too. It's some good wine too. Hold on. Hold on, child. Okay, this is Salt of the Earth wine. It's like a Moscato, but it's a better kind. Hey, whoever is that like me on Facebook, thank you so much for giving me that like. Who is it? Hold on a minute. You ain't gonna come in and like me and not tell me who you is? Let me see. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? This is Salt of the Earth. I get the red bottle. I have never tried the clear bottle, but I have tried the red bottle, and it is good. So if you, if you want to get some Moscato like that, go ahead and get it. I love Salt of the Earth. It's real good, but it is expensive for sure. So, guys, tune in tomorrow night. We're gonna start by 9:30. 10 o'clock. Make sure I'm gonna have to put these kids to bed sharp before they kill themselves. So guys, y'all have a good night. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow night. Okay. If not, what will be another drink? I will drink some liquor. What that is? Some I don't forget. It's all kind. It's like a. I don't drink Henny. I might drink some Crown Peach. I have never tried the Crown Peach, but I have tried the Crown Apple. One time I drank a whole bottle of Crown Apple. Child was drunk, and but I like a lot of mixed drink. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Okay, Reese Cup. Oh Lord, I can't wait to read it. Jesus, I know. All I'm gonna say, if you was on the jury, let me know if you would say guilty or not guilty. Okay. What you just put it in the chat, guilty or not guilty. Oh, you can't drink hard. Oh Lord. Let me know, guilty or not guilty, in your opinion. Reading of the transcripts. Because, child, that's a whole mess. I'll wait for the review if you ain't going to tell me, child. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to bed. Y'all have a good night. She's not guilty. I knew it. Like, honey, I should play. They are playing like snippets of the. I ain't gonna worry about it. Y'all have a good night.